Excellent. So this is what are we? This is session 11 of Knight's Slow Agents, the Dracula dossier, and whatever else we called it. I can't remember what else we called it. I'm just going to exit out of Discord on my computer. That's it. So, where we left it, a quick recap. After the heist in, well, it wasn't really a heist. It was a, let's call it a heist in Zurich, and the battle in the streets of Zurich with a dustbin lorry. You made your way out through Europe via a series of coaches and trains and whatnot, attempting to evade whoever was potentially chasing you. You made your way through a number of European countries and a number of non-European EU countries, eventually getting to the Black Sea, where you took a boat across the Black Sea to Turkey. Arriving in Turkey, you purchased a battered white Land Rover Discovery, Land Rover Defender, long wheelbase, load up with some supplies and petrol, diesel, and you drove down through Turkey to the Lebanon border. At the Lebanon border, you took a slight detour, went over the kind of mountain, I believe, and you think you might have been seen going in, or at least somebody noted a white Land Rover going into Lebanon. Just as a ceasefire happens, you made your way through Lebanon, arriving at the Bashura Cemetery at midnight in Beirut, 8 days after leaving Zurich. Yeah.
Right.
I think I just midnight because it's out of spite, really. Because So,
thanks, Rob.
in the van, in the Land Rover, you have Louise, Struan, Min, River, Shirley. I think River drove. I can't remember where you switched over. Whether River drove up to Lebanon or Shirley drove up to Lebanon and then River drove from Lebanon onwards, or it was the other way around. Can't remember. I think it might have been
last bit.
Yeah, because Lebanon's more of a Christian-ish sort of nation-ish, rather than the lower part of Turkey, which is more Muslim and more bad for women. I think that's a technical term. So you find yourselves in the graveyard of Bashura Cemetery. It is midnight. There are on the vehicle, because this vehicle has seen action in the desert, and is probably either a stolen snatch Land Rover from Iraq or a former UN Land Rover that was has been bought and sold a number of times. It's old. It's done thousands of miles, but there are a number of things that are inherent to that kind of vehicle. Straps on the side are large plates of to enable you to dig yourself out of the Land Rover, out of sand, big circular plates. And on the back is, in addition to a jerry can, there is a pick and shovel strapped to the back. So this is probably an old British military vehicle, but painted white. There's no UN stickers. Don't know, but it's certainly set up for desert use. So there is a snorkel, dust protector, and whatnot.
Right.
I mean, it's not comfortable. It's a long wheelbase 110 Defender.
Nice.
Well,
Well,
it's done the
So-
trick.
You do have guns on you. You have been able to avoid. You have avoided all of the major routes to through customs. So you do have a set of you do have your weaponry with you, if that makes sense. You've got a bag of guns that you've been hoofing around coach to coach.
mhm. Well, so I guess we're here for the grave of Tim Fulby's father.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I look around at the hundreds of, I don't know how many, I imagine hundreds of graves. How are we going to find it?
Yeah.
It's going to take some time. So,
Well, so St. John Philby is obviously. I'm not saying he's not a celebrity. Is he famous? Sort of famous because of his son and what he did. He's a known person. So a Google search of, in fact, I wouldn't surprise me if you did a Google search and to determine where St. John Philby's grave is,
yes.
you could actually find it.
Okay. We'll do that.
I reckon you could. So St. John for can't it Philby? So Philby's grave location map.
Yeah. Sick of being sat in the Land Rover for hours and hours.
Yeah.
We stretch our legs and find it.
So Harry St. John Bridger Philby, finding his gravestone, I think will be of all the people find, his is going to be easy to find if you drill down.
Mm-hmm.
You could be able to get to that particular. So the cemetery, the records of the cemetery, it's a kind of thing that will be online and easy to find because locals don't know where their loved ones are. It might be in Arabic, so you might have to do Google Translate, but that is going to be, I think, relatively easy to find.
Do we have easy access to get inside, or is it? It's not like.
Oh, you can just drive in.
Okay.
Just drive. Yeah, it's because of the war or the attack by the Israelis. It's easy to. Nobody's going to be hanging around.
Yeah. Okay.
But so there is there's a website called Find a Grave.
I'm just on that myself.
Yeah.
Also, are there any other people or any other activity around nearby or in and around as well? Obviously, we don't want to get. Yeah.
No, it's quiet. It's very aside from the fact that Hezbollah are still firing fireworks and rockets at Israel, and Israel are still bombing back, despite there being a ceasefire. So you do hear the sound of gunfire and the odd explosion in the distance. It's not like '85 when the Americans are off the coast bombing Beirut. It is easy to just hang around and not be seen. So yeah, so he's on Find a Grave. So you've got a Find a Grave Memorial ID, and
take the pick and shovel as well.
Yeah, he's going to, because his son set it up. I believe there is a stone grave marker because it was in the 60s. So, but you are standing over Harry St. John's gravestone.
Excellent.
Um,
As
And
far
there
as we're
is-
aware, we've just got to dig it up.
Yes, you got to dig him up because he's at the what's it called? I can't remember the name of the thing. Albedo, or the
Albedo and Negredo.
oh,
or
oh,
something.
yeah, one of those is buried with him.
Okay. And
You've got one, and the other one's buried with him.
is there anything otherwise unusual about this? You said it's just a fairly plain stone.
Just a stone plinth, a stone edifice that says, "Here lies St. John Philby." It gives the date of when he died, his age.
Okay. And is it just earth, or is there like any kind of
Yes, no, it's just
stone
earth. There's nothing below
Okay.
that. No, there's no stone. It's just the headstone and a small plot, but nothing below. So it's very dusty soil, very dry, arid area. So it says Harry St. John Philby, 1885, 1960, also better known as Jack Philby or Sheikh Abdullah. But somebody has taken a chisel to the Sheikh Abdullah bit and tried to chisel that bit out as if they were unhappy with him.
So I'll hand.
Other than that,
I'll pass the shovel to Louisa, and then I'll start.
You want me to start?
And then I'll start chopping at the earth with the pickaxe. I'm just going to loosen it up a bit first. Hold this.
Well, for starters, we're doing 2-minute shifts, alternating through the whole group. Because this is
so
going to get on my lung.
NPCs first. NPCs first.
Yes.
And you can obviously stand around and keep an eye on what's going on.
Yeah.
In case there's anything else coming.
Yeah. And yeah. So, what do you think we should take? What kind of precautions might we take, given the tenor of this, our investigation so far?
Well, there's probably going to be enough room for a couple of people to be working away at once. There'll be 3 of us standing around catching a breath. I don't really think there's any more precautions that we need.
Well, what are we expecting to find?
A wooden box that's been in the ground since 1960. So that's 40, 50, 64, 65 years.
Oh, we're not going to find some ghoul inside the box. We prepare some steaks or something like that.
I hope not.
It's up to you if you want to take precautions.
I see what you're saying. I don't really expect anything to be lurking.
Okay. Is there anything around here which we could fashion wooden stakes with?
Yes, there'll be plenty of sticks, trees, bits of wood that you can fashion some stakes with.
Yeah, I mean, we've got nothing to lose while I'm standing around not digging. I'll whittle away at the.
No, only your self-esteem. All right, let's sharpen a few sticks.
So presume you have some kind of penknife,
Oh,
or you could use the edge of the spade to fashion some rudimentary stakes.
Let's try and dig quietly, shall we?
Yeah.
Which 12:15 means everybody in about a 10-mile radius will be able to hear us.
Well, yeah, but because of the explosions and the gunshots, the noise probably wouldn't be an issue, if that makes sense.
Thank goodness for civil unrest. Right, let's crack on.
So you begin to dig. I'm not sure how long it would actually take to dig a grave or dig up a grave. But you've seen Hollywood films, and it ranges from ages, all night, to hardly any time whatsoever. But after a fashion, that you go through, cycling between the five of you. One of you puts that shovel down. You hear dunk as you hit into wood, but you've got kind of like a conical hole going down to the bottom of the where the wood is. Conical? Yeah, I'll say conical.
well,
Rather than you haven't actually. Everyone seems to dig out a square box, but using a pickaxe and a spade, that's the ground would not allow you to create a perfectly oblong rectangular box to get to the.
is it quite loose then, or quite sandy, or?
Yeah, it's not going to be compact. Whilst it's been there on top of the grave for 60 odd years, the mud in the area, it's quite an arid, dry, deserty kind of atmosphere. So it's going to be loose, not too compact.
Mm-hmm. Not holding its shape.
No.
Yep.
So you hit the wooden grave, and it's a limey kind of wood. So obviously it's 60 plus years old in the grave. So who's going to be in the grave at that moment to discover the grave and the gravestone, coffin, find the coffin, and who, what are you going to do? So who actually wants to be in the?
Well,
we could make Struan and River toss a coin.
So who would like to toss a coin for?
Well, let's just roll a dice, and 1 to 3, River's in the hole, and 4 to 6, Struan's in the hole. It's Struan.
So he looks up and says, "I think I found it." And with that, as he brings the blade down a second time, the whole thing collapses and he falls straight down and into what looks like a hole at the bottom. And the rest of the ground opens up a tiny bit, but he's gone through some kind of gone into a chamber below.
Is he visible?
No, not in this dark. He's got no light source on him.
Something tells me we've got some torches in the car, haven't we? Well, we must have had a torch with us here now, surely.
Yeah, you can have torches. That's not a problem.
Let's shine some torches down and see what we can see.
Yeah. Struan. We'll call out and see if we can shed some light. Struan, are you okay?
It's dark down here.
He's all right. Right. Does it look unstable or dangerous? Do we need to clear away some earth or?
Smells dusty.
More to the point, can we tell how far down he's gone?
So, say 7 foot to the top of the grave, and then he's fallen a further maybe 10 feet.
Wow.
So he's unharmed, but he's looking at about 17 feet below ground.
Right.
We have any?
So, did we bring any rope?
Yes. Any rope in the Land Rover?
You can make a luck roll to determine if you've got any rope.
What's the luck roll again?
So
D6?
essentially, yeah, D6. And 1 to 3 you have. 4 to 6 you haven't.
That's a 1.
So you have.
Nice one, Min.
Quickly, I'll dash over, grab the rope, look around. We're dashing back. And
If we've got enough to maybe tie it to the car, and then if we've got enough length to drop it down the hole.
if the vehicle's close enough, else we'll have to.
Yeah, so wrapped around the
It'll
front.
have a ring
it's,
or something at the front.
Yes, you've got a ring. Where's the layers gone? I want to add fog. Where's the fog? Hide areas. There we go. I'm just trying to set up the fog for a map. How do I enable fog of war?
Tell me well.
Roger, can you remember how to enable the fog of war?
Oh, yeah, sorry. So you have to, on the, the panel with all the pages on it at the top, which you can pull down.
Yeah.
And then it shows you all the pages. If you hover over a page, it will show like 3 dots. I think.
Yeah.
If you click on that, then you get options. You might have to scroll down a bit there's a toggle for fog of war.
Page details, measurement grid, GM darkness, audio, hide, reveal, mask.
That doesn't. We talk the panel with the pages on.
Yeah, so so I've got 3 dots. 3 dots give me move party ribbon here, duplicate, archive, delete.
Oh, it might be the cog then. Hang on.
So click on the cog. I'm trying to do this earlier, and I couldn't. It wouldn't. I could not see it.
I'll tell you more precisely in a moment because I'm just. All right. So yes, not the 3 dots, the cog. Sorry.
Okay. Yep.
And then. Oh, not there. I thought that's where it was. No, sorry, I was mistaken. That's what the
GM layer, settings, GM layer, game dark mode, give feedback.
and it's
Oh no. So okay.
Found it.
I think it is. I think the fog of war is mask because
Oh, they've changed the
so-
name. That's what they've done.
yes. So if I go down to
Yes, it is. They've changed the name.
what? Why do that?
Wow.
There we go. There we go. So, what pages?
At the moment,
Where
I'm seeing
is-
the
Let's move this to here.
like Kabbalah-esque.
Yeah, I'm just trying to move that down. Why are you not playing ball? That's. Let's see if we can just move party ribbon here. So, can you see anything?
Black screen with my name in teeny tiny writing.
Yeah, it's all black.
Okay, so let's see.
Yep.
How's
Revealed.
that?
Ooh.
Oh, excellent. Excellent. Hey, this looks good. So, you find that as you drop down the rope, and Struan goes, I can see a tunnel. But no body, just a tunnel.
Oh.
Intriguing. Okay.
I'll be with you in a second. Hang on.
We'd best follow.
So are you going to leave River? River seems to be. Are you going to leave somebody up top with the Land Rover?
Yeah, surely.
Now the problem with Shirley is she's a Western female on her own in a Land Rover in a graveyard. While she can handle herself, River is going to be, from a cultural perspective, probably the better option to leave on his own in a graveyard.
Fair enough.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Damn it. Oh, all right then.
So you find yourselves crawling down the rope into a tunnel. There's no back end of the tunnel. It's just it looks man-made by hand or by using a small pick or large claws. You know, it's been carved out.
Yes.
Can we see Struan?
So Struan's. Oh, hang on. I can move Struan. You can see Struan. Struan's with you. If I can move it, I don't want to do that. I want to move Struan. Oh, so I need to go into the token layer. Token map layer. Nope. I'll move him in a sec once I've figured out why he's.
Would normally be on the token layer.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, he's. Let's go with this. No. No. What is that? It's not playing ball at the moment. So no, Struan is there.
Okay.
I'm just trying to. Let's do that one. Select. No. Not let me select. Why is it not letting me select? Ping everyone. Focus ping. Oh, undo. That's it. Undo. No, I can't get to layer. Let's try that one. Token layer. Not token layer. I want GM layer. Let's see if I can move him. No. Oh,
That's weird. It has to be on. Is it?
map. No, it's still not allowed. Oh, anyway, it doesn't matter. We'll get to him.
Which you can do is drag on a new one.
Yeah, let's
journal.
just, yeah, let's try that.
If
Where's he going?
I don't know. That's
He's going to be there. Oh,
it. Just
really,
yeah.
really.
You can resize it. There's if you hover over the corner.
Yeah, it's what a. Mm, let's get rid of him. Forget that. He's there, but for some reason this doesn't want to play ball. Where is GM? This is going so well. Hide reveal mask. Right, so you can reveal areas. Let's go. Let's do that. Looking down, you can see the tunnel. So it's going to be the U2 plus Struan. And that leaves Shirley and River in the Land Rover.
Up top, yeah.
Okay. So wandering down the corridor, it's hand hewn out of the mud. So that's what you can see.
All right.
What have you taken down with you?
Pretty much just
Weapons, torches, and probably a carry bag of some nature.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Perhaps a bottle of water just for the hell of it.
Yep. And possibly one or two steaks if we manage to fashion any.
Yep.
So we've got to basically keep our eyes open on these side corridors, so we'd better have a look, cover our backsides as we go.
Mm-hmm.
So this is going to be a 10-foot pole kind of event.
It is, isn't it?
So you have a weapon each, some stakes, bottle of water, and are you going to take spades and shovels or?
Oh, it's a lot to carry.
Yeah. So we can deal with encumbrance if you.
Well, I mean, yeah.
I wouldn't have thought we'd have needed a shovel. If it's a series of tunnels, we shouldn't really have to dig a way out of anything.
Yeah.
No.
We can. Well, if we leave them here, we can always come and get them if we. Or, I mean, we'll take them if it's not gonna impede us, right?
Well, we just ask River and Shirley to keep them to hand, and we'll come back for them if we need them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So getting out is easy. There is a rope that is dangling across the side of the grave from the car down into the catacombs, should we call them?
Mm.
But these are tunnels. These are hand dug tunnels. Okay. So as you can see on the right hand side, there is sort of a room. There appears to have been some kind of bed. There's straw on one side, kind of bits of twigs and stuff, and on the other side there's a cot, a broken wooden canvas cot that hasn't been used in a long time. It's kind of like 2X section.
An old term for normal sized bed, or do we
Yeah,
need?
sorry, it's a camping bed. So it's a wooden camping bed. The classic Action Man one. It's got the X's and the two poles going across, a sheet of canvas kind of thing. That's collapsed. There is a bedpan by the side of it, which the contents are seen. It's a kind of an enamel brown looking pan, and the bottom's rusted out. So you assume urine or some defecation had been left in there, and it's rotted out on the inside over a period of time.
So luckily, that's a good while, surely.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Be...
at least 75 years.
But someone's been living down here, at least for some.
Can you? Yeah, you. That's what it kind of looks like initially. Can you move your tokens or not?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I
Should
wasn't
I?
sure whether they. Because you are going to be moving around, so you know. So from there, your light sources are your torch, your handheld mobile phones.
Yep.
And we will assume they are on best part of 60 to 80%. Everyone would have been charging their phones as you drove. And these are burner phones, but you have a light on them. So you've got a little bit more illumination.
Mm-hmm.
And these, so it just looks like it's been, whilst it is, it's got a flat bottom, the sides are straight-ish, but the top's kind of like arched over. So it looks like it's a kind of a 5-foot tall tunnel. So you're kind of a little bit cramped over. It's very claustrophobic and dusty, but there is an acrid smell. There's a small amount of ammonia in there, but there's a taste in the air, metallic taste as well.
Is the bed made? Is there any bedding or?
No, it's collapsed through. The canvas has rotted through, so there is a pile of rotted material at the bottom, which looks like it's canvas and whatnot.
Why would there be a bed here? A bed panel?
So someone's been using the place as a hidey hole, or maybe even as proper living quarters, depending on the situation way back when.
Yeah.
And that's where you hear the sound of shouting and a gunshot. The rope drops to the tunnel behind you, and Shirley drops into the tunnel, swearing profusely, just as River does as well. And the sound of a car being driven into the pit. Shirley comes running up and shouts that Marcus has fucked you all over and has trapped you in here.
Marcus.
So Marcus tied Shirley to the grave in Romania. He's the Edom double agent.
Oh, shit.
So whilst you're processing this, Shirley's going through her pockets and rummaging around, and in her coat pocket, in her jacket, there's a zip top collar with a hood in. As she's rummaging around, she pulls out an Apple AirTag.
Oh. I wonder how long that's been there.
Since Romania, probably.
For the uninitiated, is that some sort of trackable device?
Yes.
So Apple AirTag, yes,
Well-
yeah. If you can, ideally it was designed to find wallets and children, but it's the go-to to stalkers now.
Oh,
You can
God.
find something within a meter. We bought one for my son for Christmas last year, and he uses it to find his wallet because he's notorious for losing his wallet. It's quite good, but yeah, it's not a very big thing, and very low tech, quite easy to set up. So
Right.
it's not like some super sophisticated spy bug that
How does
might
it?
take a while to get
No.
on.
How does it communicate with?
It's essentially a SIM. It's essentially a kind of really small mobile phone that's pinging out messages.
Just its
And as
GPS
long as
position.
yes, yeah, it's as long as you've got proximity, it's good for a meter or 5 meters. 1 to 5 meters, something like that. I can't remember. It's quite good in terms of that. But yeah, so Marcus has been tracking you since you left him in Romania.
Well, maybe now's not the time, but we should probably all double check ours everywhere else. Well,
So you haven't seen Marcus since London. However, Shirley flew out with Marcus to give you backup,
right.
and they were stationed up the road. So yes, none of you have got tracking board devices.
Okay. Well, we're going to preserve some battery now because with torchlight, we don't want to use up all the phones at the same time. So
Yeah.
suggest we keep at least 2 of them sort of off or not use them heavily.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
fair
you've got
comment.
enough phones. So if you just have one phone on at a time, that gives you a bit of opportunity to determine to preserve
Mhm.
the light. Now, if you look up the tunnel, it looks like he's simply rolled the Land Rover straight into the grave and collapsed it. So getting out that way has been blocked.
Mm.
Yeah. Okay.
Can't dig out because the Land Rover collapsed on you. You're trapped in
Well,
the
the good
tunnel.
news is there's some way out further into this tunnel network, but
There must
we've
be
got to try and
because
find it.
You assume. Your spade and pick have come with you because they were at the top, just essentially on the top of the where the dig site. They've slid down into the hole. So Struan,
Yeah.
given his ability to shoot is not as great as Shirley and Rivers, will carry the spade and pickaxe.
Fair enough. Okie dokie. Well, I've moved on a little bit. Let's have a look down these 2 corridors that branch off and see if I can spot anything.
how big are these squares, or does it matter?
5 foot by 5 foot. It does not a showstopper.
Okay.
Where's my glasses? My glasses. Okay, so the tunnel ends abruptly. It's not like it's like extensions were planned, but nothing else. It didn't. It just got this, and it's pure mud that or rock or whatever you call it. It's there's no way of going further in that dead end. So you're about 10,
Pure earth.
17. Yes, the bottom where you're standing, about 17 feet below ground.
Yeah.
But you've got about 10 foot ish of ground above you, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So
it's not looking good this way where Louisa is at the minute.
No.
I'll wait till Louisa comes back and then I'll head down this way.
yeah, you have one torch. So from there, can see that, and see. Let's go with that. From there, you probably see that, and that. How's that? So again, this is all very well built or well carved out, ending in just dead ends. As you start to go to the your left, there is what looks like rails.
Yeah. Go on then, Min. Shove you over.
Iron spikes dug into the ground, into the wall, with rope attached to them, like some kind of handrail, and so you can make your way around in the dark. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I take it there's no evidence of electrical lighting or anything like this being installed.
No, not that you can see. I'm just trying to work out what you can see.
And is it? Are the floors dusty? There's no sign.
Yes, very, very dusty. Appears to be no disturbance. But given the sandy nature of the walls, either nobody has been down here for a long time, or the bombs and the damage above mean that the earth's shaken a bit, so the sand has fallen down to the ground, covering any footsteps. I don't think any of you have got the or would be good enough or have the ability to determine which it would be, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Can we get up to these rails?
Yep. So the rope's old. It's a thick rope, so it's dusty and a bit frayed. It's still there, but it's old.
Do they look like when the ones on the floor? Are they like mining tracks?
So yes, it looks like it's a small gauge Indiana Jones wagon for mining.
So either put in when they were excavating this place, or it goes
Yeah,
to
they just
somewhere where there's some significance.
again lots of dust. It looks like these are they're not been put in with any great thought or depth. It looks like simply a series of wooden planks and nailed through it, and the iron rails nailed on top. So from there, I reckon you can see all the way down this corridor here. And then you're going to stand there. I reckon you can see that. and up.
All right.
How's that? Am I missing a bit? I'm missing a bit there, aren't I? Yeah. How's that look? Oh no, it wasn't connected. So this bit here, down at your right, as it were, is you couldn't see that,
By the
but it
rails.
doesn't matter. Yeah. No, there's like a hidden. There's a dead end section. I thought that was the token was over it. So down here, you can. So this is the first time I've used this. So this is
Right.
Like I've got any sort of ideas, men. Do you want to follow the wagon track or stick to this tunnel that we're in now?
Well, it's why don't we follow the principle of just following, say, the left-hand wall? Which I'll take a peek around here, and then I'll come back. Let's see with. Oh, take a look at this.
so there is a sunken a dugout in the bottom of this. It's not a church, but it has that kind of look to the room. It's quite large, but a sunken dugout area. It kind of looks like either a grave or a place where you would put something. The earth in that is a darker, dirtier earth, and there's a more intense smell coming from this room. Not quite charcoal, but certainly unpleasant. Can't quite place your finger.
How deep is it?
About 2 foot.
And is there a miniature ladder on the? Or what is that?
Part of a spare rail.
Ah, gotcha. I see. Okay. How strange.
I've got no idea.
I mean, it's not quite. Let me get this. No. Right, you're hiding.
Anything unusual about the ceiling?
No, it's about 2 foot taller, but it kind of looks. You don't want to say it, but it kind of looks somewhere like where a vampire would sleep. It has
Yes.
that.
Well,
that
let's face
kind
it,
of
we
look.
I'm sure we all had that thought.
Yeah, deep down, that's what you kind of think. Yeah, this is looks like yeah. No.
Yeah. Okay. Well, should we continue? See what else is.
Yeah.
around.
It looks it's a dead anyway as such, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, and
So let's do that, and we can do that. Am I missing a bit? Am I missing a bit there? No, not missing a bit. So the rope goes to the end, and at this section, it looks like this has possibly been used as a latrine at some point.
Not having
rope
any luck.
ends. It's dug out, and it kind of has it sort of looks like a latrine.
What does
Just the way
this
that
area?
yes, just the way that the wall, the striations on the wall, kind of make it look like somebody's urinated on it.
Mm.
It's like lines, which are more uniform than the pickaxe or the claw lines or whatever. So essentially, it looks like somebody's been living down here.
Hmm.
Okay. Well, we'll keep. I assume we've not heard anything unusual while down here.
No,
Assume.
there was sounds of bombs and whatnot going off ahead. Of the engine of the car, which is still running, and the headlights are pumping through the corridor at the end. So you can hear the
Right.
sound of the engine. It's just ticking over. It's not whirring. You didn't leave it in gear, so it's just kind of kind of thing.
As the whole place fills up with carbon monoxide.
No, because the exhaust is pointing at the back. So
Yeah, no, I jest.
click. Yeah, that would be kind of amusing.
You begin to
Yeah.
feel sleepy.
Yeah, roll one on the lung of the counts. So, oops. There's lots of dead ends. It doesn't quite look like a mine.
Well,
You're not really sure what
this
is.
the central north-south one.
Mm-hmm.
It seems to run right into the wall. That's not significant, is it?
No, it just.
Okay.
I got. Oops, let me just make sure that I've got all that.
Oh, yep. Looks like the trucks.
So the tracks, as you're standing there, you can see. I reckon it's about there.
Yeah.
And again, the rope's on your left-hand side. There is a small iron cart on the tracks further ahead in that larger chamber, which kind of looks like it is a small cart, so you wouldn't get a human being in it, but you'd get some rocks or mud, or maybe some use for moving material.
I think, Louisa, you checked out this area, didn't you?
Yes. So again, all of that kind of
to a point.
For all intents and purposes, it kind of looks like they were trying to find something rather than mine something. They go off in areas and stop. And as you look up in each of those dead ends, there's a small amount of digging upwards, a couple of feet, and then it stops.
Yes.
You kind of think maybe they were trying to find the bottom of a grave, because this is a graveyard. So somebody was coming in from underneath to try and find a grave. It's sort of what it looks like.
Yeah. Okay. Well, if that's what they were doing, why would they want to come from underneath and not be seen?
Seems like a hell of a lot of trouble to go to find a grave. I mean, yes, you're not going to get spotted from above, but what a lot of effort.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They obviously weren't in any sort of rush, nor did they have a proper location to look at.
Not quite, no. It does look odd, but it's going to look odd anyway because you're in a tunnel in the desert. It's not something that's going to be that obvious. That makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. Well, no time to waste.
We've got no evidence of recent usage, so they've either given up or they've found what they wanted and they've been gone a while.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, there was that passage coming from where the grave, where we got in. Perhaps that's what they were looking for. I don't know.
Yes, you came in a dead end that wasn't a dead end, if that makes sense.
Well, if we start taking the assumption that they were looking for Bilby's grave, then we're out of luck.
Or they found it.
What else we're doing down here?
Well, yeah.
So unless they quite literally left via Bilby's grave site and filled it in which case there isn't a way out down here, we may as well keep looking to see if there is another way out.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I honestly don't know what else we're going to be looking for.
Perhaps we'll know when we see it.
We could dig up that hole we found.
Yeah. That did occur to me. But yeah. Well, let's see what else we find.
Okay. So
and we can always go back there if we feel there's a strong
down
need.
Here, we're going to do that. So the corridor goes down, and it kind of bends to the left a little bit. But again, this rope is still hanging on, and you start to feel a little bit of air coming towards you. Now, the sound of the engine is some distance away now. I think it's whilst it's in the background. So from there, I'm going to do that. Just going to do that. Classic Indiana Jones moment. There is a chasm, and there is a rickety wooden bridge across the chasm with the wagon tracks and the rope. I'm going to say that is about 5 to 8 foot.
Across, okay.
Across, yeah. Given you don't. Maybe it's a little bit longer. Maybe these little squares. I can see big squares. So actually, it's little squares. So, let's say 10 feet. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, about 10 feet across.
Right. We'll examine the. Does that thing look safe? I'm guessing it's not. It's going to be somewhat unsafe because it's just by age.
Yeah, it doesn't look that safe.
So let's tie the rope around River's waist then. And then I suggest the women go first one at a time because we're lighter.
Shirley's the shortest, isn't she? I believe.
Yeah,
We got heights on here.
I think you're right.
I didn't think so. I've no idea.
We'll
But
assume
basically,
Shirley's the shortest.
if we secure ourselves with the rope and the boys take the strain, we'll see if we can get across it without it collapsing, and then it'll be up to the men to follow us, and we'll keep
Okay, so
using the rope in that way.
we'll assume Struan has the rope from the Land Rover.
You said
Yeah.
You said it fell through into the
Yeah. So
chamber, didn't you?
Struan's carrying all the other stuff. So tie it round Shirley's waist, and she steps onto the bridge, and the bridge collapses the minute she puts her foot on it. And all that's left is the iron railway rail thing, dangling in the air.
Oh.
So she's an NPC, so she can't complain and say, "Fuck this, I'm not doing that." She puts her foot onto the rail. It wobbles.
Yeah, tightrope walking.
She puts another foot, and she slowly walks across the gap.
You said it was a fairly narrow gauge, so she probably has one foot on either side.
Yep, just it's
Right.
So who is going to go next?
That'll be me, because I'm still thinking body weight is important.
So you're going to look at dexterity.
Dexterity.
And we will use the rope for safety.
Yep. You get someone else across, so that then you have two people the other side to be able to catch you.
Now, does that mean
Because,
athletics?
Athletics will do, yes. You essentially just want to fall across.
Looks like I'll put a couple of points into this. Are we rolling? Yeah.
Yes.
Let's put a couple in then.
So it's 3. So 4, yeah. The base is 3.
Up to 4, yeah.
Yeah, so it's not a problem. You get across, and now that you have 2 people across, everyone else can get across because 2 people can hold the rope and catch 1 person, and therefore once the 3rd person crosses, it's so much easier to get across. So you eventually get everyone across, and from your vantage point, you can see. And
hello.
Jump. Oh no, missed a bit.
That's interesting.
So the last person across, as they step onto the other side of the chasm, the rails give way and crash into the bottom of the chasm, making an echoing sound throughout the catacombs. So in addition to
Bloody hell, River.
Shh.
And then there's deathly silence. You can't hear the engine. The engine's just kind of either your mind has switched the engine off or zoned it out, or it's gone off, but you can't hear it. But there is a silence. There's just kind of like materials packing. It's like they were trying to find stuff. So there's boxes of spades and shovels. The box with what looks like an ammo box, which has some old spades in, has some Arabic writing on. You can't quite tell what. I don't think anyone can actually speak Arabic, so you can't tell what country it's from. And it's so old that the mark is so dirt and dusty. You'd need a forensics team to work out if there's the origin of the box.
Right. We know
And yes,
what these.
there's plates and materials.
We know what these circular things are on the floor.
They
Now
would
hiding.
be drums of water.
Right. Yeah.
They're
got you.
empty. They're empty at the moment. Well, no, they're empty. So they're just kind of drums of water. So it was quite a big operation, it seems. Must have been down here a while.
Okay then.
And the dotted lines here are.
That's rope. Oh, that's more rope. So they were
Handrails, aren't
working.
they?
Yeah, handrails. Working in the dark.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Must have been for working in the dark, which is weird.
So everything's pretty much supplies, and like you say, materials. Nothing to worry about.
No, it's all kind of stuff to indicate this has been an operation for a while. In the far corner, there's supplies, some boxes of possibly rotten foodstuffs. Again, you can't quite tell what it is, but people have been here for a while digging. So there's a box of planks. There's wood supplies. So it looks like been here a while.
Okie dokie.
And in that room, there is a makeshift well, a water source, crudely put together. It does look as if it's had it's seen better days. Looks like it might have collapsed, but it looks like a classic wishing well kind of thing. Some planks and a bucket of water. There is just simply a rope at the top. The bucket's gone a long time ago.
Yeah.
Can we see how deep it is?
You'd need to chuck a light source down there, but it's probably if you drop a stone down, it'll hit another stone at some distance, but it's probably about another 10, 20 feet down. But it shining a torch down, it does look like there's been some kind of collapse at the bottom, or it's dried up.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so no water. Okay.
No.
Right.
You do show interest in the strangest of things, Min.
Well, it's just
As
curious.
River looks down and goes, well, and you're kind of just totally ignoring.
No, I did just wonder if there was more tunnels branching off from the bottom there. Oh well.
Oh, for goodness sake.
So from there, we're going to go. No, we're going to go to. You can see that much. So to your left are a series of a small tunnel with lots of it looks like it is some kind of ground fruit, like a potato or sweet potato or something, but rotten.
Tuber?
Yeah, some kind of tubers that are rotten. There's some mushrooms and whatnot growing here.
Well, we are finding
not
stuff.
a immense stench, but it's a bit iffy.
Iffy, yeah. Okay.
So
If you know what's good for you, men, get out my way.
So we are going to go and see from there. I think you can see.
wow, this is interesting. This is some kind of a
Not
mess.
more smelly.
So these are tables and
like a mess area.
yeah, it looks like some kind of kitchen mess area. There's a dried up water fountain. Ignore that. But from there, you are going to be able to see that, and let's go with that.
So now we have got some kind of stream or very small river.
Yeah, very small trickle. Now you're in this room. You can hear it. Just. So did I draw that out? Did I draw that out? Draw that out. Yes. Let's do that so I can actually see it better. So all
That doesn't look like it's very interesting.
It's a series. It's a bunch of boxes that have just been randomly piled on top of each other. Not neatly, just almost thrown on. There's wooden braces that have been attached to the wall, holding on top of the boxes, like it's been deliberately stacked up and attempted to stop anything getting out, for want of a better way of looking at it.
The room itself, or the boxes.
The pile of boxes.
Yeah, as if they're on something.
Guys.
Yes, that's the impression we get. That's concerning.
Yeah.
I'm not happy about
that. Okay. Yes. Well, I guess we're gonna be uncovering that. If so, before we do, can I just go and look in that other room? Just wanted to have a look over here.
Yeah.
So there appears to be a broken bridge, which is 30, 40 foot across a chasm. And the other side, there's a much larger cave cut out that heads off into the distance. It's not clear. It's dark down there, and you can't hear anything coming up there.
And is it as deep as it looks?
Yes.
Yeah.
So maybe another 20, 30, maybe 40 foot deep.
Okay. All right. Well, we're not going past there very soon. What do you think, Louisa? There's no easy way to get across that gap. And the only other way out, as far as we know, is dig out.
So there's lots of wood tables and stuff. There's nothing to make anything with. So there's lots of wood, so you could possibly fashion a bridge, but because there's small pieces, you haven't got anything long enough to go across the span to create that. So you'd need some heavy duty tools to create some kind of jury rigger bridge.
Okay. Well,
I hate to say, but I'm getting curious as to what they've tried to block up here.
Well, somewhat time limited. If we're gonna do it, we best start straight away. We start taking stuff off that heap.
So there's enough of you to clear away the stuff. And there's you clear away a whole chunk of ground, of the stuff off the ground, and there's a trap door, and there's lots of bent nails and hammered in that looks like somebody's tried to nail the trap door shut.
So did they find what they were looking for and then try and bury it down here?
Unless whatever's down here came from that hole we found further up.
Yeah.
So the proximity, you can see on the map that there looks like it's there's a degree of proximity between where you are and the chasm. But when you're in the chasm, you didn't see any indication there was a tunnel connecting the two areas, if that makes sense. So whilst it does look like it's a few 10, 20 feet away from the chasm, there was nothing to indicate, as she looks in the chasm, that there was a connectivity between the rooms or what's potentially below the room.
Okay. Well, it's no time like the present, right? So we prise it open.
So you can use the pickaxe, the handle of the pickaxe, the head of the pickaxe to pop off the nails and then crowbar it open, and it drops down into another corridor.
Oh.
Ooh.
So, can you see darkness?
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Right. So let's. Where are you? You're there. Just put you all. So. Oh, why can't I move you? No, that's really annoying. I can't fathom out why I can't move the characters. So I should be in layer. Let's go token layer. Can I move the token now? Nope. Let's go GM layer. Can I move the token now? Nope.
I can move me.
Can you see you?
Well, partially.
Oh,
partially,
okay. Right. So how about there you go. Can you
Yes.
see?
Yes.
All right. So if you move yourselves to let's try that. There.
I'm not sure where you were.
Can you see at the bottom?
Oh, yes. Okay.
all I can see is Min's count has disappeared.
Yeah. So it's down. If you follow their line.
Holy moly. Maybe I need to zoom out. That's better, probably. Like that, then.
Yeah.
Oh, and from there you can see. Can you see that? You can see there. That's what you can see.
Oh, I see. We're in the. Oh, center. Yeah. Okay.
So these look. Well, excuse me. I presume that these walls must have been worked in some way, but they look rough.
This is a much more ancient tunneling. Much more. This is more into the bedrock. It's much more. It's a really, really old tunnel.
This could be taking us back to biblical time periods, could it?
Yeah, that kind of. Yeah, it's or pre-biblical, pre-flood. Yeah, it's really, really old.
And
Wow.
To this point, you can hear the sound of a like chattering of teeth,
So,
and in the silence of this this area, you can hear sniffing and a chattering of teeth.
not alone.
And then you can hear the sound of footprints, flesh
Footfalls.
on. Yeah, somebody is the pitter patter of somebody running.
running.
That's what you in that your heightened. There's a degree of fear, and your adrenaline's quite high. That's what you get a sense that either somebody's running or somebody's certainly making a pitter patter of flappy feet on the ground, and the sniffing and the chattering of teeth.
I'll have.
Weapons
I'll have a
drawn.
gun. Yes, get the gun ready and I'll have the stake in my belt as well.
Okay.
And I think we'll probably be
coming into view.
Freeze and just listen intently. Try to figure out where it's coming from. The feeling it's going to appear.
Really no, I can't move the tokens. Right, I can't. Look, no, I can't move the tokens. Why can't I move the tokens? That's really annoying. Not being able to move the tokens. Can't figure out why. Let's try that. There you go. That's close enough. So, this in the ahead of you, in the gloom, there is a feral-looking naked man who is kind of making quirky, jerky kind of movements, sniffing, chattering his teeth.
Does it look like? Yeah, I mean, does it look like something we've seen before?
It looks a little bit like the ghoul you stowed
Yeah,
its head in, but it
that's
looks
what
a bit more powerful than that.
That's what that was what I thought. I think we're frozen in position and almost waiting to see. Well, I certainly am frozen, watching intently, waiting to see what it does.
It's kind of cocking its head to one side, and it starts to move towards you.
Let's get back into that room.
Oh, I can't move it. I can't move it. It's really annoying. Why can't I can't actually move the token?
Tell Struan to get the spade ready.
So you start making you start making your way back, and it's moving towards you. Shining a torch, you can see that it's got something around its neck on a rope, some kind of stone or vial or something around its neck on a string.
Okay.
Interesting.
So I think we're making exit there, aren't we? I'll boost Louisa up before.
Or wasn't that other thing in some kind of vial?
Yep.
The one I got from the bank.
Yes, it has that kind of look to it.
So whatever this thing is, we need to kill it, but try not to break that glass.
Right. Are we going up? If it tries to come out, we
It's
can then
move.
It's coming into this room, and I think if we spread around the walls, we can shoot shit out of it.
You can either shoot down the corridor or you can get out and shoot into it. It's a timing factor.
Yeah.
Well, either way, I want to wait till it's pretty close.
Okay.
So,
well,
first things first, you've got to do this is a stability check.
Stability. Where's that?
And this is going to be a 4 if you lose. It's a supernatural creature up close.
I better put a 2 into it, I think, then.
Mm-hmm.
Fingers crossed. Oh, typical. Right.
Yep, you're good.
That bangs it up to 8.
Stability is not a ability, right?
No, it's a. Oh, is it? Where's it on the sheet?
It's under. It's towards the bottom of your general skills.
Oh, it is there. Oh.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Okay. All right. 4 left, so I'm gonna use 2 on this if I.
Yep.
Wow.
Oh,
Nice one.
hang on.
Deduct. Okay. Well,
So this
if we're
thing
not
is
going
coming
up,
towards you. It's so this thing's been living down here for a while, and it looks kind of incredibly feral.
mm-hmm.
So you get to act first, but it is moving at a much more faster speed than you would expect. So you can either get out or stand your ground.
Yeah. Wouldn't it be better to get out and then, if it does try to come up and out, we're then in a better position to shoot bullets into its head.
If you get out, all 5 of you can shoot into the hole.
Yeah. What do you think, Ant?
All right, go.
So quick agility check to get out before it gets into the hole. And as you get out, everyone else can then just drop their weapons into the
Athletics.
Yeah, it's gonna, and this is going to be a 4 because you are panicking and trying to get out quite
Okay.
quite quickly.
Well, I've got athletics. I'm going to use 3, if that's okay.
Yep. So in a single bound, you leap out. As do you. So it gets to the bottom of the hole as you are out, and it gets to the bottom of the hole, and it's snarling up, and you can see quite clearly that around its neck is a similar item to the one you had, but you can see it's in a pouch. So there's more to it than just the vial, but it's definitely the vial is around its neck. This is St. John Philbid, a feral vampire. So you can all have a go at shooting the vampire.
Yes, I will shoot it in the head if I can.
Mm-hmm. Cool shots. +3.
Okay, so I've got shooting 4.
Yeah, same as me. So that's a 5 total for me. My first shot.
Okay, so you do hit it. He has a hit threshold of 5. So
Everybody pile in.
Yep,
what
I'm
damage do you do? So you do the shots first, and then we'll work out the damage afterwards. 4. So you don't hit you. So Roger, you don't hit it because you were doing a cool shot to the head.
Mm-hmm. Damn. I will try again.
I suppose I could have a. Yeah. So what's the crack of the cold shot to the bonds?
So, it's a +3. But I'll
I'd
say
have to add 3.
yeah.
Wow.
But you're firing down. But even so, you hit Anthony. Roger missed. So you've just got Shirley, River, and Struan.
Let's go on. I'll roll for River. He can do a +3. He must have shooting skill coming out of his left elbow. Let's roll for him with a +3. 6 +3. So River scores a 9.
Okay, you didn't declare it you were going to do a cool shot. So
Yeah, that's why I've added the +3.
Oh, so he.
River,
No. The
River was
+3.
adding +3 to do
The +3 is effectively a -3 for your roll, if that makes sense. So you didn't roll a 9. So his hit threshold is 5 +3. Yeah, it should be minus. It's just the way it's phrased.
Sorry.
Oh no, sorry. No. You're adding 3 from his combat skill, or 3 because
skill.
Shooting skill. Let's do it that way. Let's say you added 3 from his shooting skill. So you actually rolled a 9, which is 1 point over the threshold. So that does additional 2 +2 to damage. So you've got a +1 and +3. I'll just work out what your gun damage is. Where's the gun gone? So yeah, so if you so you hit Anthony, and you did that. So you just work out what Shirley and Struan did, and then I'll get back to the damage once I found the screen. Guns.
Roger, do you want to roll for one of the others?
Sure. I can do Shirley. She's got shooting 2. So what do you reckon? Shall
I thought
add
Shirley
one?
was a much better shot than that.
No, it says shooting. Hang on,
Oh.
that's right. Yeah, shooting 2. So should I give it a +1 or a +2?
Bang them both in.
6.
6. Okay, so she didn't hit him in the head.
No, this
you
wasn't
got
a cool shot. It was
No,
just
it's yep. So where are we at? It's just Struan next, and then we'll do the damage.
Well, Struan's only got a shooting of 2. I'll bang both of them in. And he gets a 4 in total.
Okay, so Struan missed. So you have 3 hits. So it's D6 for you for your shot. I think it's a D6 plus 1.
D6 plus 1.
Yep.
Coming up.
So let's go. Let me write this down. So D6
just
plus 1
2.
it is 3. What's his name? River gets a D6 plus 1, 2, 3 plus 3.
Right, rolling for him. 7.
7. And then Shirley
Go on, Roger.
hits with just the plus 1.
D6 plus 1.
Yep.
Yep.
5.
I already added the 1. So
Oh, okay, so it's 4. 4. Oh.
13 in total by the looks of that.
13? I've got
13 in total.
2. Oh, yes, because it's a, yeah. So 13 points of damage. And it shudders back a bit and kind of slinks off.
oh,
See, it kind of step away. Oh, half damage. Actually, no. So armor does half damage. So we're going to go with slinks off a bit. So you hit him and it hurt.
oh.
Jeez, these things are crazy tough.
Yeah. Oh, they probably regenerate or something. Haha.
We're going to have to get down there after it, aren't we?
Yeah, I think so.
Who's your best shot? They would be better for them to go in the corridor first.
I believe it's River.
I would have said, I'm just going to look him up. Shooting
7.
7. Well, to be fair, I put 3 into his first shot, so he's down to 4.
Mm-hmm.
But he's still got the most points left out of Struan, Louisa, and Shirley.
So for
Louisa.
if you get River to drop down, use an athletics roll to drop down, and almost in a Marvel superhero moment, be able to drop down and shoot straight away. He needs an athletics check to be able to come down and land to fire. But it's slinking away. You've done quite a bit of damage to this.
Well, River's got an athletics of 8, Roger, so I don't know whether you want to perhaps stick a good 3 or 4 into this and make a roll for him.
Yeah.
Because he's got skill points to spare there.
Yeah, so let's do 3, shall we?
Well, you'd think, wouldn't you? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's pretty
beautiful.
He lands and he can fire straight away. The creature is still in the corridor, but is has moved back, kind of licking its wounds a little bit.
Okay, and we said he had 4 left. So
I'd be tempted to go for a minimum of 3.
Then we've just got, yeah. Okay.
So no cold shot, or
no, just gonna go for a regular one.
so it's a 3 to hit. No, sorry, it's still a 5 to hit him. That's his
Yeah, so he's rolled a 2 with the 3 points. It's 5, yeah. So it's a regular hit, isn't it?
Evan, have we lost you?
Yep. So no, the silence. So yes, so he hits. So he's going to do 1d6 plus 1.
Well, I'll roll for this, Roger.
Sure.
On my head be it.
Oh, that's
Whoa. Good. 7, ref.
7 half, 3.5 is 9. So he shoots it, and before anyone else can get down, it goes back and falls down. A River declares, I think I killed it.
Not until you've put a stake through its heart, you haven't.
Yeah, exactly. I'll jump down and rush over and shove a stake into it.
Okay, so athletics roll to jump down, still holding the stake and gun.
I've got I've still got 5 athletics left, so I'm going to put 3 on to it. Do I need that much? 2. Oh, didn't need it, but there we go.
So you land. As you hit the deck and are running. So whilst you're running up the corridor, the rest of you doing?
I suppose I'm here, so I'll jump down and join them. Let the other 2 stay up there to help us out.
Again, deck. What are they called?
Yeah.
A thingamajig. So you land.
5 in total.
Min gets there first. You can see it's lying on its back. It has a big chunk of damage to its body. It's twitching a little bit.
Yep. Let's stake into its heart. I'm taking care not
as you
to damage.
as you raise the stake, it is going to attempt to rake you with its claw.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to put 5 into that. So 6. So the talon comes across and it just gashes your leg. And you take 3 points of damage. And that really hurt. Really, really hurt.
Ouch. So where does it come off? Where does it come off?
Health.
Where I don't.
If it works. Wait.
Oh, there. Yeah. Under general.
Yep.
All right. Yeah, that did
So-
it. My health only 5 normally.
So its second attack.
Oh, sorry, I thought you hit. Oh, I'm confused.
So first attack hit because it pumped 5 into it from its hand to hand. It's going to pump 3 in this time, and it is going to kick you. It's going to essentially kick you out of the way. So that's 3 plus 4. So it's made contact with your midriff, and no, it's not going to kick. It's going to punch. It's going to punch you out of the way. So it hits you quite hard in the midriff for 6 damage. Do you have any armor?
No. But
No.
I'm still not clear as where I'm looking at my character sheet, and I'm not sure where
comes off
this
health. Where is health?
Well, what's the hit threshold that we have under our?
Oh yeah. So what is your hit? Sorry, what is your hit threshold?
4.
4
4.
min.
So what it takes to hit me.
So it hits you. It hit you both times.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any armor? I wouldn't have thought you got any armor.
No.
No, we're not
Okay,
wearing
so
anything like that. No.
No.
So if my health is 5 and the first one hit me for 4, then I'm on 1.
Yep.
And
This one's hit you for 6. So you're on -4. So you go down like a sack of shit. And we'll deal with you afterwards. As that happens, Louisa, you are running up the corridor holding a stake. You can see it's trying to move over the Mim's leg. You can see it licking its lips. And you can now see that it's actually a bit emaciated, like it's really hungry.
Yeah, I am not surprised about that. Yeah, I don't know. Kick it in the face.
So your options are shooting, staking, or kicking in the face.
I think
Kick in
at
the
this
face.
moment in time, kick in the face.
So the damage modifier is -2. So the hit threshold is 5.
Oh dear. Well, I'll -2 damage. Bloody hell. I'll stick 4 into the attack.
Yep.
It'll be hand to hand, right?
Yeah. I've only got a 5. I've taken 4 points out of that, so that's a 9 result.
So you hit him. So it's 1d6 minus 2.
Right. Now, does this do negatives? Yes, it does. Right then. Keep your fingers crossed. Ugh. 1. Oh no. Oh, sorry. 5, 3. All right.
3 damage.
Yeah.
Just checking. It's not a firearm, it's not a projectile. Full 3 damage on that. That gives it. So you kick it really hard, and it goes back, collapsing on the ground. But your foot is stuck in its rib cage. But it is like it's twitching again, and it's gasping, like it's
Slam down on it with mistake.
So
Seems though I'm
next. So before that happens,
yeah.
2 people upstairs can't really do much. River could take another shot, but if he misses, there are 2 other targets.
I'll just scream at River to stab it.
So River comes charging up, and if you make an athletics roll, then he has leapt up, grabbed Mim's stake, and then can attempt to stab it.
Roger, do you want to put a couple of points into his dice roll, leave him on 2 athletics?
Yeah. D6 plus 2.
Nice.
Not bad.
Seven. So River leaps over Mim, scooping up the stake, and manages to ram it into the creature's approximation of heart.
Mm-hmm.
We will make a hand-to-hand attack roll, and I'll give you a natural +3 because of the your successful agility roll. But you do need to kind of place it. Whilst that's all quite cinematic, scooping the stake up and hitting, you do need to place it in the right place. So I'll give you a +3 because you've got momentum, and you need to get 5 or more to roll on your hand-to-hand.
Stick another couple in, Roger, because he's got 8 points in his hand-to-hand.
Yeah, so
that'll give you a D6 plus 5.
So put another 3 in, you reckon?
Yep.
Oh yeah, two or 3 then. Yeah, make sure.
Yeah.
Oh,
wowza!
That ought to do it.
That's dead on. So it's now damage. Damage is going to be. I'm going to class it as a essentially a sword for the stake. No, stake, hammered stake. Yes, it's +1. So it's D6 +1. It's not half damage. It's purely D6 +1.
Go for it, Roger.
Another 6.
7.
Yep.
That is quite good. It's kind of go. There's a as it kind of not so much explodes, but it's like it'd be like jumping onto a dry sand castle, and then all of its dampness goes. It's going to turns to dust immediately without an explosion. And lying in that dust is a necklace with the Agredo. We'll learn how to say it one day.
Albedo.
That's it. That's the one.
Right, River, you grab that vial and then help me get Min upstairs. I need to treat him.
Yep.
So,
Roll.
a couple of things with this. So yes, it's going to take you got all four of you dragging him upstairs. First aid. Let's do first aid first.
There we go. Come on.
You will need no. Make a consciousness roll first.
Who's making this?
So this is Mim. Make a consciousness. So you're currently your health points are at minus. What?
Was it minus
minus 4?
4? Yeah.
Minus 4. Okay. So to stay conscious, you make a standard consciousness roll. So the absolute value of your health pool is your difficulty. So what was your health pool originally?
5.
Before it was
5.
So the difficulty is 5. You can spend points at that to increase to lower the difficulty, if that makes sense, out of your health pool. But that has consequences. So currently you are unconscious. You are potentially unconscious. Minus 4. You aren't hurt yet. No, you are hurt. If you spend, so let's say you've got 5 points and you decide to put 3 points into it, you will end up being seriously hurt but conscious. You can go unconscious, allow for some first aid, and then let's see where that gets you before making a decision.
Well, I don't think I'd use any points, just for starters.
Okay, so you've got to get 5 or more to remain conscious.
To remain?
Yes.
Remain conscious?
To remain conscious.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought I was knocked out already.
No. This is that was. We think I assumed because of the damage, assumed you were knocked out, but in the height of the battle, you wouldn't have.
Take a hint. Take a hint from Louisa when she's screaming at you to stay awake. Don't go to sleep. Stay awake. It's much easier to deal with you when you've got motive activity in your body than if you fall unconscious, you big fat bastard.
We're doing the first consciousness roll.
Right. Okay. So
1d6. We'll get more than 5 to stay conscious.
Well, I'll put 1 on then, but because if it.
Yep.
Close.
No. So you what was your health roll was 5, wasn't it? No, what was your health? Sorry.
His health
4.
is
5.
Minus,
yes.
Originally my max is 5, and I'm currently on minus 4. I should be on now minus 5 actually.
Yeah. Right? So no, it's not quite that, but you are unconscious. Are there any medics in the party?
Yes,
if you have first aid, if you have first aid, if you're wounded, a character with a medical ability can improve your condition by spending medical points. For every medical point spent, you regain, or that character regains 2 health points.
Right.
So I need to spend.
Men's got medic.
So if you medical, well, you're unconscious, so you can't do it at the moment.
Yeah, I know.
So your health pool is now 4, not 5.
I see. Health pool.
Because you spent a point to try and stay. I think that's permanent. That might reboot.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll get to it. So yeah, make a health roll. Oh no, you can you simply spent the points. You don't need to make a health roll because you are a medic. You're a qualified first aider. However many points you want to spend, you can let him regain consciousness, but he has a health pool now of 4. And for that, it will cost you 4 health points.
I'll pretend I understand it. I've got 10 points in medic.
Yep.
So I need to spend as many as
4
we're
of
getting
those.
back up.
Yep.
4 then. Okay. Which translates to 8 points for Min's health condition. So I'm assuming if he was on -4, I could get him back up to +4.
Yes. Back up to full strength with his new
Understood.
strength. Yes. Yeah.
So
Or
even though he
if
looks a
you
little bit
could
like a
spend
bandaged mummy.
Has anyone else got first aid? Because you could spread it around.
River. Well, it seems to be medic, and I don't think it says first aid, does it?
Yeah, it just says medic. Which
Struan's got 2 points.
and Shirley and River don't have any.
Yeah.
So, I mean, with 10 points of medic, Louisa is the
If you spend
top dog.
7, and then Mim can spend a point of his own, that gets you back to normal consciousness and back to health. But you've got, your leg stings. You bandaged it up, and you've had a pretty nasty punch to the chest. But you're conscious, but that hurt.
Yeah.
If you go down to -12, you're dead.
Right.
So
No,
bad,
don't worry about it.
but not catastrophic. So,
So once
you
I'm conscious, I can use my own medic points.
Yes. So the medical, stabilize you, make you wake up, and whatnot.
Well, I've got 2 to spare as well, so.
But you can only spend 1 on yourself.
Okay.
You can spend 2 on other people, 1 on yourself.
And to get 1 health point back, don't you have to spend 2?
It's 1 point to get 2 levels back, I understand.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. Then I'll.
So you could spend 1, Struan could spend 1, and then Louisa could spend however many.
Yeah.
But she's got a lot.
So you essentially regain consciousness and will regain your health pool back to normal. But you were hurt. That was quite serious.
That was nasty.
Yeah.
Guess I owe you one.
Yeah, mine's a pint.
So around the St. John Philby's neck was the Negrido in a small pouch.
Rivers should have that. So okay, so we seem to have both parts of that formula now.
Yep.
Do we think this was a vampire or a ghoul, or have we
Vampire.
that is
Definitely a vampire. You staked it, and it was going after your blood. Quite a feral vampire. This thing probably hasn't had. It probably fed on whoever was looking for it, found it. It fed on them. They realised that finding it was a big mistake. Managed to get it into this tunnel, board it up, and either die or escape some time ago. Sometime in the last 75 years. 65 years. 65 years.
okay? And
So there's a
this,
pouch around its neck.
right? Oh, we'll recover that, I guess.
Yeah, River's got it.
And
We
sorry,
need to get out of here.
Yeah. Did you say this? This is the Negredo or well, it doesn't really matter. We have both now.
You have both.
Yeah. Okay.
This is the Negredo.
Okay. Yes, let's assume, yeah, we should get out of here now. I've certainly had enough for one day. Looking
Okay.
at his bandaged leg.
Well, no doubt we'll have to try and support Min for a bit.
Now my trousers are ruined.
Yes, they are. Not only covered in dust, but yeah, they're pretty ruined. So going back to, let's try. Oh, that's because I need to click on that one. So you make your way back up into the other level.
The only problem
realizing
is we've got to get over this chasm.
you do. Now, what you do see, looking down the chasm, is to the right. There appears to be, maybe it's a jetty or it's a raft, but there's some kind of thing tied to the river that's just floating there. It's a wooden structure.
Sorry, I don't see it. Is it this?
Yes.
I think it's that little square on the right-hand side of the screen as you look, right-hand side of the bridge.
It looks more like a jet. Hang on. It looks more like a raft.
Right.
Yeah, it's a raft.
So maybe part of the. Can we tell which way well, not sure really.
The waters go at.
It is flowing.
Yes, it's flowing. From where I'm looking at the screen, I can see the raft, and it's flowing to the right. So if you jumped on the raft, you'd go away from the bridge, if that makes sense. So you would end up. You can't see it. Why can't I do it? That one. You'd end up down here somewhere. Boom. If that makes sense.
And is there a sense of air movement close to?
Yes, there is a distinct waft of air in this section.
Looks like we're tying the rope to the remains of the bridge supports, and then we'll just have to trail it down.
You can attempt to climb across this kind of gorge, this area here. So you could, from here, climb down, and potentially, it's not clear how deep this water is, but you could shimmy across. Somebody could shimmy across this area to the raft.
Well, that's what we've got to do because we've got absolutely no other options.
Yeah. Okay.
So get one of the lads to do a pretty strong knot. And then I suggest that River takes the first plunge.
So this is going to come down to athletics, really, agility. You're climbing down.
Yeah.
So the first person, it's going to be a 4 because they're climbing down with the rope to then get to the raft, at which point they can secure the rope. The next person down, it's not that hard because you've got a rope that you can throw to. So this can say first one's a 4, the next one's a 3s. Mim's a 4 because he's got some damage and he's not quite up to really doing this just yet, but a 4 difficulty with that makes sense.
Roger, you roll for River and put another couple of points of athletics in, which will, to be fair, is all he's got left.
Yeah. Well, that's for
What we could do with him sorting this.
That's a 4.
He's done it then, just, yeah. Where am I with athletics? 7. And I dropped down for a couple, didn't I? So I should be able to put a couple of points into it, and that should make absolutely certain.
Cool.
+2. Oh, typical, yeah. So Louisa's down after River.
So you've tied the rope up, and essentially Shirley's going to be the last person, and you're climbing down, but the rope's close enough to be able to grab hold of. So Mim's coming next, and it's a 4 to climb down for Mim because of the damaged leg.
Yep. So I've got it. I'm going to use 3 athletics.
Yep.
Assuming there's a risk of fall damage here. Which is good. I used those 3.
Indeed, it is.
It is. So you managed to just about get to the raft, and then it's Shirley's go. So essentially, Shirley's got a roll of 3 or more.
Who's rolling for Shirley? You rolling?
I'm doing Struan.
Oh, okay.
He's got a 4 in total.
Yep. Struan gets across.
You can do Shirley.
Yeah, just checking. Ah, athletics 5. I can't remember. I don't think she's used any.
No, yes, she has. Shirley was the one that went across the chasm that broke. But I don't think she spent, and you probably got a couple of points.
Yeah, I'll put a couple of points on.
Boom. Shirley managed to get to the raft, and it's quite a substantial raft, despite it being in the water for a while. Simply, and the water flow isn't that fast. So you unhook the anchor, for want of a better term. There is a small pole, a 10-foot pole that can be used for punting, and the raft drifts off into the darkness along the river, and that's a good place to leave it. Underground, on a river, in the Lebanon.
Wow, great! That was unexpected outcome.
Wasn't it just?
The actual it clearly states that if it's the first time that a team have come up against a vampire, lower its health. Now, the amount of damage you did to it for 3, 4 bullets hitting it, and the head damage, I didn't need to take that out. The health was 18. Even with the half damage from the bullets, by the time it was lying on its back, ready to get up again after attacking Mim, it only had 1 point left.
Wow.
So you'd managed to take it out quite a bit for it to kind of, whilst it's hungry, it was starving and wanted blood. It has had blood for quite a long time. You did enough damage to it to put it on its back.
Yeah.
So
Fantastic.
that was, and then taking it out. So yes, you have the Negredo and the Albedo.
Awesome.
Which create the Rubido. Quite a dangerous item. So I'll leave you with what it does to give you a chance of thinking about what you're going to do with those two items.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a little bit of paper in the pouch, and for exposition, essentially, some time ago, decades ago, when St. John Philby was involved in the setting up Saudi Arabia and the Saudi royal family, he infected the House of Saud with this blood. Essentially, by activating those two devices, you create the Rubido, and you will activate the vampirized Saudi Arabian royal family, creating an army of vampires, but they're not activated yet. That needs those two and a ritual, and it explains that you need to go to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, to Riyadh, to a particular Mironet. Yep.
Tower.
I'll pronounce it. Tower, and activate the ritual. The
Wow.
Mamluk Tower, better known as the Kingdom Center, is the best known landmark in Riyadh. Nearly 1,000 feet tall.
Good grief.
So it doesn't. Obviously, that's built post Kim Philby, but it says, go to the tallest parts and combine them and speak the ritual.
Okay.
And then that will create a country that is its own vampire nation.
Jeepers.
It's quite a thing. Although, why you'd create one in the desert and you wouldn't pick Alaska, where whilst it's cold, it's got 30 days of night. I'm just saying, there's a bright, Saudi Arabia is a bit hot under the sun. Not the cleverest of places, but, swings and roundabouts.
Unless you're telling us that they're immune to sunlight.
No, these are big, feral, evil blokes dressed in dresses running around with tea towels in their heads. Oh no, I'm still recording. Oh, damn. Yeah, well, fuck them. They should treat women better.
True. Roger, that was a good little team effort there, mate. Well done, you.
Yeah. Well, apart from getting knocked out, that was.
Yeah. I mean, that's quite. It's had you have had another round of attack. You only claw damage, so no teeth damage. So you're not infected by vampiric blood. It's purely so you're okay with that. It's just the teeth elements.
Yeah, that's already. Well, yeah. I thought that it was on its last leg. So, and having the fact that it had fallen down was kind of twitching.
Because you missed, didn't you? Didn't you miss? Yes, you missed.
Did I?
Yeah, because you were about to attack it, and you didn't get over the threshold. You were a 4, not a 5.
Okay.
Yeah, that rings a bell.
Yeah, so that's that, and then obviously it got a chance to have a pop at you. So yeah, you didn't get sufficient to. Had you have done it with a stake, you only needed 1 point of damage.
Yeah.
So no, at that point you would have been, if you'd have hit the heart, you'd have destroyed it. But it was Louisa to
Yeah.
do some damage to it. But yeah, it was it was quite a mean creature, but you did do such a monumental damage first of all to make it kind of go, oh, the last lot of guys up there only had little sticks.
Yeah. Well, also I was worried that it was going to possibly regenerate or something like that. I don't know whether it can or not.
Yeah, so it costs it to regenerate, but it has to have a bit of time to think it's going to do that. Whereas it's on its back and it just wants to feed, but also it doesn't want to give you the opportunity of a kind of a free attack whilst it's spending the sufficient points to bring itself back from the dead. So yes, it should have done that, but then you'd have got a free attack, so swings and roundabouts.
Fair enough.
So that went quite well. Stop. How do we go then?
Thank you, Kevin.
No problem.